go. Come on, something. Come on. Ah! Swing and a miss.
There's a lot of spun.
Don't throw it wide.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
Unbelievable.
Fortune favors the bold, and these XBL space pioneers have taken their chances in this campaign. Aiming to blast off this final week into a playoff position, there is little time left for them to right the ship. Opposite them, a fiery rookie who has shown the ability to stay in any game. Hanging on dearly to playoff hopes, they aim to jump into the driver's seat. Wishbone and the Astronauts take on Dark Raider and the Moose. Welcome to XBL Match of the Week.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome back here on Match of the Week. We have a big XBL set tonight for you guys between the Montreal Moose and the LaGrange Astronauts. I'm joined by the legendary Hall of Famer No Hummus himself. How you doing tonight, Hummus?
Doing great tonight, and big is a bit of an understatement here for these two teams looking to earn those final few spots in the playoff push.
Yeah, unlike our AAA that we showed earlier tonight, the XBL, the big leagues, you got to make the top 12 to make the playoffs. Not everyone gets in to the round robin or qualifies. Like the AAA, we try to offer everybody a chance at the postseason. But for the big leagues, for the big boys, you got to make it. And these two right here tonight are neck and neck. Hummus doesn't get any closer than this.
Yeah, both teams right now at current standings are sitting at 12 and 13th. A sweep for either team will be crucial, and if the Astronauts are able to get the sweep, it will just push them further away from that 13th, 14th hole. While if it's the Moose who sweep, they will end up jumping the Astronauts and then sliding into that 12th spot.
Yeah, and that would be huge because Wishbone, he's a playoff team from last postseason. He took a game off Weaver in the postseason last in season 12, and he's been a much improved player. But one of the keys to the games tonight is shake off the rust. We have not seen the Knots in action in a long time now. He was just on vacation. Raider, somebody who hasn't played necessarily in a while, but is definitely on the upward on the incline as far as the win column goes. Wishbone had a bit of a tough schedule when he was active last. So, um, you know, these guys coming into it with a lot of stakes and a lot of momentum.
Yeah, when you come into these match of the week games, especially with Rust, it could be a bit tough, getting that offense going for those first few innings. So I wouldn't be surprised if it's a low scoring affair throughout most of the game. And then towards that sixth, seventh, eighth inning, we might start seeing a little more offensive upswing, as both teams, are able to shake off that rust, and get things more into focus.
Yeah, perhaps maybe game two will have more fireworks than game one, but you never know. You might go into it cold and have an offensive explosion after a couple weeks off. But without further ado, I mean, we'll see how it plays out, Hummus. I think we got a great set on our hands tonight.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
Yeah, we'll be right back. We'll tell the players to queue up, and we'll see you guys here in a second. All right, folks, now we're loading in as game one is about to start up. It looks like we will be in the infamous Red Rock Park, home of the Knots, longtime home of Wishbone. And let's hope for Wishbone's sake the RNG is on a little bit of a vacation tonight as well, because Wishbone no stranger to some of those bad breaks. Here we go as first batter of the game for Dark Raider is going to pop one up to right field on one pitch, one out here for Wishbone. And now Peapod Tanner, the star center fielder of the Moose, steps in. Fred Hayes on the mound for the Astronauts. He's got the screwball cutter arsenal. Going to be good side-to-side action there. As you can see, Fred Hayes has got the minimal jump, but it looks like he's got way more than that with how much that cutter's moving. 2 up, 2 down. Here's Chris Boucher. I'm going to assume it's the French pronunciation there, knowing my man Raider. 5 home runs, 10 ribbies on the season. This is one of his big sluggers. Wishbone goes upstairs for the 100-mile-an-hour cheddar. It's going to be strike 3 to close the door on the opening half of the first inning of the first game here.
Thanks for covering for that inning real quick, and it seems like not too much happened that inning besides that strikeout.
Yeah, not a whole lot. You missed 1, 2, 3, go the Moose, and now we see Adrian Atatakin on the hill for the Moose. That was the best pronunciation I had for you guys. Atatakin. Oh, what a play by Villanueva. Villanueva.
I have to remember the pronunciation for that name because I remember I butchered it last time I saw the Moose play.
I think it's Villanueva. I mean, you never really know with these Canadians and the French interpretation, hummus. I mean, we could just do our best.
Ha, right.
There's a nice eye trick there by Atatakin as he goes down low with the changeup and gets a swinging miss by Wishbone. Kind of fooled him. Ed Prince going to start it off here for the Moose. Hummus, we talked a little bit pregame. Both these guys such similar players in style, team build, and then numbers as well. They're both strikeout pitchers on the mound, and they strike out a lot at the plate too.
Yeah, you know, it's really interesting though. We have such a similar matchup here. It's almost like playing a mirror version of yourself. You know, you have to figure out, okay, like maybe where my weakness is, I could then maybe exploit against the other person.
Yeah, it's one of those deals where you're like constantly trying to expose the other guy, that you know his weak spots, but you also know he knows your weak spots. So it's a battle of wills, really.
Yep.
2 up, 2 down, go the Moose here in the top of the second. So Francisco Fernandez here looking to get something started.
I need to get started on his season here. Only hitting 160, no home runs or RBIs.
Yeah, good point. With the hitting stats on this guy and the power versus righty trade, I mean, those numbers are appalling. But Fred Hayes, he's got it working here early tonight as he's 6 up, 6 down through 2, and that cutter screwball combo is looking deadly.
Yeah, you know, that could definitely be an interesting combo. There's a lot of movement there. They have to really keep an eye on.
Yeah, Wish is a master of, playing the eye tricks. Both these guys really understand how to induce a swing. As one of the big sluggers for the Knots there, the RBI man, going to go down with a weak ground out. I think that was Buzz Aldrin. Weak contact down to third base, going to be the second out of the inning. Wishbone got jammed up on that pitch. Here's Alan Shepard. As you see, Hummus on all 3 outfielders for the Knots, they'll have weak hitting stats, but they'll have 99 speed and stealer trait. So watch out for those guys when they get on base. If they get on base.
Yeah, it's definitely a good strategy. I remember when I was playing, I had at least one outfielder with similar stats. You know, you're just pretty much trying to get as much speed out of those dudes in the outfield, especially in a place like here, like Red Rock, where it's a lot of space in the outfield, so you need to be able to get after balls quickly.
Yeah, especially I Wish kind of went with the no-name build in the outfield this season, as that ball smoked up the middle. And that's going to be Dark Raider's first hit of the ball game. I believe that was his left fielder, Joe St. Pierre, who we've seen on the highlight reel for a lot of catches this season.
And also first hit of the game for both teams in general. That's another hit right up there. A little rally going here.
Yeah, so just like that, like you said, first hit of the game by either team, and now we've all of a sudden got back-to-back hits to open the inning. A locked-in Adrian Atatikin steps up. This is a great bunt situation, Hummus, but Raiders swinging
Ooh,
away.
that was a tough swing there.
And now here comes the
Ooh,
double play ball. That's exactly why you bunt. But good pitch there by Wishbone. Definitely a tough swing and miss on that first pitch. Was right down the middle, wasn't it?
you know, it would have been a tough bunt either way because looking at catcher arm, I think if unless he places a really good bunt, that could have very well also still been a double play.
Yeah, that's honestly a good point about why a lot of guys don't end up bunting. As you see, strike three goes in the dirt there. Wishbone escapes trouble unscathed. A lot of guys, they don't like the bunt because they're not comfortable with it, and it can almost, if you screw up the bunt, it can be worse than, just like a simple strikeout or a fly out. Really the whole point of the bunt is to avoid the double play, and to move the runner, of course. But if you can avoid the double play with any kind of out, that's ideal. You don't want to bunt yourself into a double play.
For sure.
Wishbone gets a leadoff base hit of his own here in the bottom of the third. So both guys starting out the third inning with a bit of an offensive rally, and this one's going to be driven into the gap. Could score a run here with nobody out.
Ooh, close call to play and ooh, safe. Okay, safe by a good bit.
Yeah, the throw in from the wall kind of died as it reached the infield. Wishbone, nobody out. Got a rally cooking here as Fred Hayes steps in with the guy on second. Nobody out.
You know, we talked about both players being very similar. Look at here, 7, 8, 9 pitcher. Now the pitcher's up. This time he strikes out. But they both had similar starts here. The only difference, of course, being Astronauts being able to get that big double.
Yeah, absolutely. And Raider missed his spot just a hair on that double by Wishbone, and Wishbone able to punish it into the gap. Both guys electing not to bunt with their pitchers. As Gus Grissom here, he's going to make the second out of the inning. And now it's up to Jim Lovell, try to get a 2-out hit and knock in another run. As Wishbone, we already mentioned, took the first lead of this ball game. One-two pitch here, fastball inside, got him swinging 100 miles an hour on the inside half. And one is all Wish is able to get, but between these two guys, Hummus, one run is a big sigh of relief on whoever can score first.
Yeah, you know, it's always nice to be able to be the first person to get the run because now you're more of in maintained position rather than, you know, trying to fight for that lead spot. But if you're the one under, nothing to be too concerned about. It's just now you have a bit of I guess, what's the word? Time. Like you're pressed for time, you know, before like the ninth inning.
Right, and the pressure's going to continue to build for Raider if he's not able to, tie this game back up or at least get on the board with some kind of run, as neither guy's going to show you any mercy on the mound. Boucher going to ground out there. He's 0 for 2 on the day. Ed Prince steps in here with 2 outs, nobody on.
One thing I'm noticing here about the Moose that they tend to swing a lot at pitches. Also, like more often than not, it seems like they're swinging rather than holding, just like they have been for the past 2 pitches.
Yeah, he tried to show some discipline there with 2 strikes, but Wishbone just too good at getting inducing swings as Raider does strike out to end his half of the fourth. We go on to the bottom of the fourth here, 1-0. John Glenn stepping in. John Glenn quickly behind 0-2. The Tatakin's still locked in despite giving up the 1 run and the double as he gets a swinging strikeout there. Both guys racking up the Ks here early as we expected, Hummus. You know, similar styles, similar numbers, and similar results so far.
You know, getting those strikeouts are definitely a quick way to get your pitchers locked in here and to stay in for even longer. Which so far it seems like both pitchers have had pretty good pitch counts. We see right here 38 pitches, through just about 4 innings so far.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Both guys are also doing a good job at getting contact and pitching to contact as well as strikeouts, as Wishbone goes 1, 2, 3 here in the fourth. You know, if you're striking out every hitter, that's going to lead to a bit of an inflated pitch count. But if you're pitching to contact, nipping the corners, and getting some early swings, some early outs, and mixing in some Ks, you know, as both guys here have done, Wishbone only sitting on 41 pitches here, as Fred Hayes locked in, as well as the Moose pitcher Atatikin, both pitchers locked in. Johnny Villanueva swings at that screwball way inside, and that one fools Raider. Another strikeout here for the Knots.
Yeah, that low screwball can definitely be a tough one to like get a hold of until it's too late.
All weekly hit to shortstop is going to be 2 out and 2 down here. And now Joe St. Pierre, who got things started for this offense with a base hit back his first time up. Only hitting .230 on the season, but Joe St. Pierre, you could say, is, you know, very much the heart and soul of this ball club. He seems to be the face of the Moose. St. Pierre does strike this one well into the gap. Wishbone runs over with Gus Grissom. The speed, so like I said, 399 speed outfielders out there. They run it down, corral it, and we go to the bottom of the fifth. Still 1-0. Both guys still just 2 hits apiece here.
You know, hits like that are probably one of the top reasons to have speed in the outfield. So that you don't have to depend on, you know, having to dive after the ball as much. You know, just removing those RNG plays out to get that much more likely fielded out.
Yeah, absolutely, and it helps a lot when they're on base as well. You know, with not every hitter in your lineup able to have OP hitting stats, you got to make sacrifices somewhere. So if those speedsters might not have the hitting stats, but if they can get on base, they'll certainly be deadly. But Raiders sticking with the velo here, 101 miles an hour. Man, he's throwing hard tonight. Two up, 2 down here for Wishbone. Nobody on, looking to get something started. Swinging strike 3 on a changeup low. And we head into the final 4 innings of this ballgame, still 1-0. And, you know, Hummus, this is about what we expected coming into this series. A real tight ballgame, hard-fought battle. Both guys really trying to grind out a much-needed win.
You know, so far both teams have just really been putting it tight here. You know, we saw both teams in the third, both top and bottom half third, get some hits, but that one's just grounded to second.
Yeah, Wish actually challenged the 8-hole hitter there with a couple of fastballs. Not as on the corners we're used to seeing a Wishbone fastball.
Oh. As
the pitcher, Atatikin going to get a base hit and help himself. Only the 3rd hit of this ball game for the Moose.
You gotta wonder, will there be a base runner on the paths? And it seems like there will not be, or at least a pinch runner.
Yeah, that's a good point. I was curious about that myself. The starting pitcher, Atatikin, is locked in to see the increased speed on first. And he does have a decent pitch count. That's going to be a swinging strike 3. So Raider electing to keep the starting pitcher in the ballgame and run the bases, but he does have a great bullpen, a couple of nasty pitchers in that Moose bullpen to lean on should he choose to do so. Instead, it's going to be a jam job inside cutter. Nice pitch there by Wishbone to induce the ground out 6-3 final out. And we go into the bottom of the 6th. Wishbone looking for some insurance. Let's see if Fred Hayes stays in the game. And he will. So first pitch swinging is Fred Hayes. Now here's Gus Grissom. Roll things back over to the top for the Knots. And as you see, a lot of first pitch strikes from both pitchers. attacking the zone, neither guy with a high pitch count. Again, like I said, the Wishbone scoring first in this ballgame is huge momentum-wise because, you know, it's hard to score. As you could see, both guys not getting a lot going against one another. A lot of weak contact, a lot of strikeouts. As Wishbone strikes out again there, great pitch by Dark Raider, and we go to the 7th. Still neck and neck, still 1-0, and still anybody's ballgame.
Yeah, you know, first 6 innings here, like I said, back and forth. Both teams, you know, locking down the pitching end while not really getting a whole lot of contact here. Well, let's see if now we've had 2/3 of the game already. See if they can finally get some offense going. You know, maybe make this one a bit of a high, at least more scoring in it.
Yeah, we have not seen hardly any fireworks in this ball game, unless you count the fireworks that these starting pitchers are throwing out of their respective throwing arms. My goodness.
Yeah, both pitchers doing a great job of just getting batters to swing, whether it's at like low pitches like that or just high and away.
Yeah, getting a lot of swings. Fred Hayes doing his thing on the mound, as he's going to have another 1-2-3 inning here for the LaGrange Astronauts. And Wishbone, you know, one of these, he's down to his final 2 at-bats. If things stay the way they are, he's got to find some insurance. Maybe give himself a bit of breathing room on the mound in case Raider runs into one. Adrian Atadikin's on fire now, mojo-wise, and his fitness is still looking great at just 61 pitches in. Tough out activates for John Glenn here, but it's not going to matter. Strike 3. Atadikin's still throwing 100 here in the 6th inning. My gosh. 7th inning, sorry. It's always tough when your on-fire pitcher is losing the ball game. But now 2 outs, nobody on. Here's Neil Armstrong. That one's going to be weakly hit back to Atadikin. He makes the play. So we're through 7 innings now, Hummus. 1-0 ball game. That run back in the 3rd for Wishbone was enormous. Let's see, Raiders down to his final 6 outs here offensively.
Yeah, Astronauts, ever since the ending, they have not recorded a single hit or even a base runner for that matter. Just have not been able to get it offensively, but in a tight affair like this, is not about who gets more hits, it's who gets the most runs.
Yeah, no question. And, you know, certainly the rust factor is playing, but both guys are doing such a good job pitching. It's been hard to come by base hits. Runs are definitely hard to come by. As, you know, it's one of those grinded out type of games. We've all been there where your bat's not there, your eye's not feeling great, but you're pitching well, you're in it, you got a chance. You just got to find whatever it takes that day just to try to win the game. You know what I mean? Nice strikeout there by Fred Hayes, and adds another one to his total. Stephanie Lafayette, she's going to get a base hit into the right center field gap, just over that outstretched glove of, I forget who Wishbone's second baseman is.
Now let's see who.
That
You
base
can
hit,
argue-
yeah.
You can argue Atkins's stat right there. He could have been a decent bat there, being locked in like that or on fire.
Yeah, absolutely. His hitting stats were off the charts, but you see Lily Mendez, Raider going with the high power pinch hitter here. But low contact as she weakly hits one to John Glenn. And yeah, that was interesting though, Hummus, because had Stephanie Lafayette not gotten a base hit there, we probably would have saw Atadikin try to go the distance here and go for the complete game, 8 innings pitched. However, you know, Raider probably crazy not to pinch hit there with that opportunity he had. Finally got a base runner, and if he would have hit a home run or something like that, he could have potentially taken the lead or, you know, hit one in the gap to tie it up.
Oh, for sure there.
We'll see Tiffany Flores, the K-Man now. Look at that arsenal on her, and wow, excuse me, wow, look at the stats she had before that strikeout.
Yeah, K-Man can be a tough, probably one of the toughest pitching, or not, what's called traits, because just that velocity increase going at, and that's 2 strike count, you have to really be able to adjust your timing like on the fly versus a pitcher with K-Man activated.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just it takes away about a half a second of reaction time you get to try to put wood on the pitch. And it also adds that junk factor as well. So pitches like changeups are even slower when the K-Man's activated. So there's even more of a disparity between the high velo and low. But yeah, great job there. Dark Raider gets the much needed 0. And now it's all down to this. Hummus, his final 3 outs. He's got the top of the order up. Oh, and
And
Fred
was,
Hayes is going to come out of this ball game on fire.
he's on fire, but I think it's more call, or maybe not, as that one goes right up the middle for a leadoff single.
Yeah, we
Well,
see the K-Man, Yuri Gurgin, the famous, infamous now reliever for Wishbone. This is his best arm, but he comes in and greeted rudely with a base hit right back up the middle. Now Peapod Tanner, she's quickly down 0-2.
okay, man, velo over 100 looks like that's that. Ooh, 102. That's rough.
Yeah, that's some gas right there, and that's going to be strike 3, way out of the zone, but Peapod waved at it. Chris Boucher, he's got 5 dingers on the season, and you know, number 6 right here would be huge for the Moose. Wishbone doing whatever he can to not allow that. Oh, we got a premature steal attempt. Wow.
Oh, wow, that amazing pickoff there. Like, it looked
Yeah.
like he just timed it perfectly. Can't really get any better than that. That could have pretty much killed all momentum for this game.
Yeah, that's so costly as there it is. That's the final out of the game, Hummus.
Yeah, final score 1-0. Astronauts only get 2 hits, but that's all they need is they're able to bring in the runs. You know, that's the story at the end of the day, being able to take what you're given and getting those extra runs. And, Wishbone did it there. Now he's up 1-0 in this series. Let's see if he could go for 2 here, get that sweep.
That was a heck of a game, just a pitcher's duel all around. But yeah, like you said, great job and Wish to win the game with just 2 hits, 1-0. We'll be right back here for game 2 shortly.
All right, good evening, everyone. We're going into game 2 here just a moment here at Motor Yard. In game 1, the Astronauts ended up taking game 1, final score 1-0. They were able to get RBI double in the 3rd. That's all they needed. Now coming into game 3, they're probably looking to get a bit more offense here. What do you say, Ox? Ox, I believe you are muted, unless I can hear you.
Oh, my bad there, Hummus. Yeah, I was muted. I was saying great point, and it went kind of the way we expected it to. Both guys struggled to hit early in game 1, and now that we've played 9 innings and both guys have started to get their feet underneath them, maybe we'll see a little bit more fireworks here in game 2.
On the mound is Rosie Montoya, and that was going to be hit back-to-back stop. She is going 450 average, a 1.19 whip, and 29 strikeouts on the season. Best could be a swing and a miss, out number 2. Next up, John Glenn hitting 272, 7 home runs and 13 RBIs. dude that definitely gets a lot of hits on this team.
Yeah, and I believe he's got the RBI ban on deck, so he'd love to get a double here and activate that trait.
And that was be hit to left field 4 out number 3 for 3 up, 3 down. We'll go to the bottom of the first now, still 0-0. Gulam Bluford looking to start things off here.
Yeah, Wish is a he takes one out of the holograms page, or rather I took one out of his page with the high velo, low velo. Every other game you go, you show him the high cheddar and then the slow cheddar back to back.
And for some teams it could throw them off, and then others they just love to see that low velo. So it's definitely a risk you take sort of deal.
Yeah, it's definitely not for everyone.
And we'll see how it plays against this Moose. As this could be hit into foul territory for route number 2. Next up, Chris Boucher hitting a .244 with 5 home runs and 10 ribbies.
I personally don't really like placing low velo hummus. What about you?
I like it, especially that 30 velo mark. Very easy to time it up after a couple innings.
Yeah, Raider got a little bit of a bloop single there, so 2-out rally going here, but it's not going to amount to much.
Yep, so now we go to the top of the second, still 0-0, 4-5-6 for the Astronauts up next.
The third baseman, number 2.
That one was thrown right down the middle of the plate, but hit too quickly for strike 1. Now strike 2.
Yeah, Rosie's got all kinds of cheddar.
That Woodford trait activates there with the swing and a miss for out number 1. Next up, Neil Armstrong. Broken bat popped up into the sky, but looks like second baseman should get under it for out number 2. As Alan Shepard comes up, 186 average and 3 RBIs.
Yeah, Allen's not been doing a lot of hitting this season.
Yeah, Mutaya's pitching herself into a nice pitch count here. That one goes right. No, it does not go right over second base. Spider-Man gets it there. Or Spider-Girl, I should say. Go to the bottom of the second now. Still 0-0. 5-6-7 up next.
Yeah, that was a heck of a catch there by Lafayette. I think it was Lafayette.
And up now is Johnny Villanueva. Hopefully I said it right this time around.
It sounded pretty good to me there, Hummus. Better than I would have done.
As Glenn is able to run it down to first for route number 1. Next up, Francisco Fernandez hitting a 155 average on season.
Yeah, and now his power for righties traits engaged here, Hummus. I cannot believe this guy. He needs a batting stance change or, a new hitting coach or something, because he's just slumping. All the stats in the world.
And the low change ball baits him there for round number 2. Next up is Joe St. Pierre hitting 224 and 3 RBIs. Now hit softly to the second baseman, looked first in time for round number 3, so another 3 up, 3 down, top of the third, still 0-0, 7-8-9 up next.
Yeah, so far it's looking like, the same script from game 1. Getting a lot of weak contact, a lot of chases, and a whole lot of velo, at least from the Raider side.
That's inside. Strike 3.
Ooh, swing and a miss low for round number 1. Next up, Harrison Schmidt. Rosie Montaya already locked in here. Only has 20 pitches, and we're already through 2 1/3 inning. About to be 2/3. That's out number 2.
Yeah, the high velo. Wishbone's still late. He's still looking to catch up on that. But, Hummus, if Wish can keep Raider off the board and still swinging a bunch of pitches out of the zone, even with the low velo pitcher here, Bluford, he will at least be able to keep the Moose at bay as we go into the bottom of the third scoreless here.
Yeah, we saw last game that all Wish needed was a single run, so let's see if he can do something here again. But for now, he'll have to hold off the Moose.
Yeah, or maybe we'll see the Moose squeak out an early run and see if they can hold on.
Yeah, pitcher locked in. Maybe she gets another hit. And wow, look at that. As I was literally saying it, she gets a hit.
Yeah, the second baseman forgot to dive, and the pitcher helped herself. That's Raiders' second pitcher hit tonight, I think.
And it seemed like it's kind of in that gray area where it just seems too close to get for it, and that looks like just could be a double play, so nothing happens there. We go to the top of the fourth, still 0-0. 1-2-3 up for the Astronauts.
Yeah, the starting pitcher, got things started for the Moose offense, but Maya Villa, the leadoff hitter, second baseman, promptly grounds into two.
And Villa gets his first 4 out, number 1. Up next, Jim Lovell, 0 for 1 today. And that one's going to just drop into right field. Oh, right field dives for and is able to get to it. Runner's heading for second, turns around though. That'll be the Astronauts' first hit of the day as John Glenn comes up 0 for 1.
Man, heck of a play out there by Stephanie Lafayette as she dives down the line to keep that ball from reaching the fence. That would have been surely been a double for Wishbone. And don't be surprised to see him steal second here.
And that was an amazing dive to shortstop there, but runner on first able to turn around safe. So 2 outs with Buzz Aldrin up. And just looking at that speed on first, if it wasn't for the catcher, that would be a great steal opportunity.
Yeah, that one was hit hard down the line. The third baseman unable to come up with it as Villanueva made a great play on the ball hit before that, but that one unable to be corralled.
And that one right there is just shy of being fair. That could have easily been a run if it was. Going to miss 4 out number 3. Batter breaks his bat. Not happy with missing that opportunity. We'll go to the bottom of the fourth, still 0-0. 2-3-4 for the Moose coming up shortly.
Yeah, I think Wish was trying real hard there with 2 strikes to not chase out of the zone. And sometimes when you're trying not to chase, that 4-seamer can just sneak by you. And at over 100 miles an hour, Raider got a much-needed strikeout to escape trouble there. Look at the numbers on Bluford for the season, almost 2.0 ERA as he gets a strikeout there.
He's having himself a solid season, and he's just so far he had just as good day today so far, only giving up 2 hits through 3 1/3 innings.
Yeah, and only sitting on 27 pitches now. It's outstanding.
Yeah, notice both pitchers have been able to keep their pitch counts down. We'll see how that fans out for later half of the game. Ooh, catch him looking on the high inside fastball for out number 2. Next up, Ed Prince, 0 for 1.
Yeah, Boucher and Prince here, 2 of the best hitters on this Moose team, and a strikeout and a weakly hit grounder. That's all those 2 can come up with.
We now go to the top of the 5th, still 0-0, 6, 7, 8. Up next for the Astronauts. Leading things off is Alan Shepard. Ooh, nice gets no location there, but just doesn't get enough oomph on that one. That's gonna be out number 1.
Almost there it is. We were waiting for it. We knew at some point in this set that RNG would strike Wishbone down. And in this game, it happens in the form of an injury on a routine ground ball to first base. His speedster left fielder has a tweaked groin.
And maybe his best case there is that one's going to go deep. It is high. It is far. It's out of here. Home run. Astronauts taking a 1-0 lead off a solo shot. 422 bomber. I guess that's his way of saying this is for you, teammate.
Wow, Ken Mattingly making a statement here. Like you said, a home run. And there's Wishbone's big early lead, just like in Game 1. He got on the board early with the clutch base hit. And nothing more clutch than a home run.
Three whiffs there for out number 2. Can't get anything off the ball. Next up is the pitcher. 0 for 1 today. Montoya still locked in despite the giving up home run. As that looks like that'll be grounded out for route number 3. So Astronauts get on the board first with a solo shot. We now go to the bottom of the 5th. 5, 6, 7 up next for the Moose.
That was a massive inning for Wishbone to get on the board.
You know, now that we're pushing towards the middle, late half of the game, having that lead is just a bit of a breath of relief here for the Astronauts.
It absolutely is, because now, Hummus, try to put yourself in Raider shoes. He needs a split here. This is a must-win for him playoff-wise, and he's still yet to score his first run of either game. So the pressure builds with every 0, and with every 1-2 count you're in like this. It just becomes harder and harder to get anything going.
Yeah, we'll have to see if a clutch factor activates for him, as that's going to be looking strike for round number 2. Next up, Joe St. Pierre, 0 for 1.
Yeah, you see Wishbone really locating well on the corners. Gets Joe St. Pierre to pop up first pitch, and we're going to move on to the 6th here. 1, 2, 3 inning for the Knots.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3 inning for them, and now, now the Astronauts have their 1, 2, 3 up. Bit of wordplay there.
Number 21.
Ooh, right down the middle there. I bet he wishes he had that one back. But he does, though. Look at that, right up the middle yet again.
Yeah, his wish was granted. Raider basically gave him the same pitch twice there, and now here we go, Hummus, the leadoff man on with the stealer trait.
You know, we saw this earlier in the game. Nothing happened, and I don't believe Wish will steal here, as that would be a very risky given the pitcher's velocity. But that's going to be double play to get the runner out. John Glenn up next, 0 for 2. So same thing happened here where the runner with the stealer gets on, but they end up hitting into double play, and that was going to be hit hard into the outfield. This carrying to the wall. It is going to go over. It will. Home run. Another solo shot for the Astronauts. Make it 2-0. Just giving himself that extra run. 400-foot bomber for the 8th home run for the season.
Yeah, I believe that leads this club in home runs, and John Glenn, what a bomb that was. Just got out of here, but couldn't have come at a better time, Hummus. That gives him a 2-0 cushion, and now this deficit, the pressure just keeps building on Dark Raider and his chances of getting a split here.
Yeah, I just took a look at the stats right now. That Wishbone has already hit his 18th home run this season. That one player has 8 home runs, so that's almost half of his home runs all coming from a single player.
Yeah, John Glenn, that was big. We see Bluford's ERA dip under 2 for the season now, as a weak contact again induced a low velo ace for the Knots.
You know, that low velo can definitely throw some people off. You know, you're thinking like you're so used to those 100-mile fastballs, and all of a sudden someone's just throwing soft changeups at you. It'd be very jarring.
Yeah, I think that's part of it, but I think Wishbone just does such a good job at locating and sequencing. You know, you don't almost never see him throw that 4-seamer to Raider in the zone until it's like a 1-2 count, and he'll go up and in and just perfectly locate a 4-seamer. And that's kind of what you were talking about, is like that fastball can just seem to be different speeds from the low velo guy, but if you set it up the right way, you can still make it seem like it's got decent giddy up on it.
Yes, you see here his player has very high accuracy, you know. And so he's able to constantly place those power pitches in the corner that just make it oh so tough to get a read on until it's too late.
Right, as you see another good example right there on the up and in heater.
Take your base.
Ooh, he
good
threw
walk.
low trying to get him to swing. Doesn't though. Now the tying runs are now first and second. Let's see if the Moose can get their first runs of the series. And that was go right over the second baseman. Runners running third. Red score 1 run scores. Runner heads for third. They'll stay at the corners now. So runners are first and third. 1 out. Tying runs just 90 feet away.
Yeah, this is big for Raider. What a rally he's got going now, as that's going to be weak contact. Oh, my goodness on this.
The fielder just could not glove it there. So infield single now allows the, I guess, tie-breaking run to now be on second. And that was going to be a hit off at third baseman. Looks like it will not be a double play. Runner gets to the bag in time to make it 2 outs. Johnny Villanueva has a chance here to break this tie.
Man, back-to-back dribblers to the shallow part of the infield. Oh, this one nearly gets by the catcher. You know, Hummus, those were actually both good results for Raider, both those dribbler ground balls, as we'll see a third out made here. But the first one was able to bring in a run, and the second one was so weakly hit, it saved him from being a double play.
Yep. Now we see Tiffany Flores come in for the pitcher. She has Caveman as one of her traits. 5, 6, 7 up for the Astronauts after they give up 2. Now let's see if they can get another run here.
The shortstop.
Yeah, we saw Tiffany Flores come in and dominate game 1. She didn't allow, I don't think she even allowed a base runner on us.
Right.
If she did, it was quickly erased by a double play.
And swing and miss there for out number 1. Sally Ride comes in. She has not registered a hit this season. Now wonder if she's getting pulled. It looks like she won't be.
Yeah, if you remember early in the game before the first home run from Wishbone, his left fielder tweaked the groin running to first, and then Ken Mattingly stepped in and smoked one out of here.
And that will be caught for round number 3. So quick 3 up, 3 down. Going to the bottom 7th. 6, 7, 8 up next for the Moose. The 7th inning stretch here. Both teams tied up at 2. Let's see how the final frames go.
Number 21.
Softly grounded second. Those are the first in time for route number 1. Up next, Joe St. Pierre 0 for 2 today.
Number 86.
That one's bounced right to the catcher
Ball low.
for a foul ball.
Strike. Foul ball. Low.
Low pitch in the dirt makes it even 2-2. Now it's hit right to first baseman who runs it down in time for round number 2. Next up, Stephanie Lafayette 0 for 2.
Number 8.
This one thing Raiders been doing lately here recently in this ball game is swinging less early in the count, trying to work those pitches, trying to see something. Well, as I say that, he swings at 2 in a row there, but he's been working the count a little bit.
And looks like he doesn't work the count too much there. That's going to be out number 3. We get to the top of the 8th. Still tied up 2 here in the 8th. 8-9-1 up next for the Astronauts.
Now batting the catcher. Number 5. No. 3.
And that was being grounded right up the middle for a leadoff single here for the Astronauts. Tie-breaking run on first now with the pitcher, who will probably be subbed out here, I imagine. Checking the matchup here as he brings in
Now batting
Alisson Onizuka hitting a 583 in the season. Lots of power and contact here. So if there's someone you expect to get a home run on this team, it's going to be him, despite having 0 home runs.
Yeah, Wishbone has a great bench for pinch hitters. He's got a couple of big, heavy hitters on that bench, and that one floated down the middle, and his pinch hitter smokes it into the outfield for a base hit. Honestly, he's lucky it was only a single there, Hummus.
Yeah, and I imagine no base runners will come in, I guess. Gonna have to be very careful to not put anything on the ground.
Now, Wishbone's showing good patience here, working counts.
Now, I wonder if I can imagine a bunt opportunity here if he times it right. 3-1 count. Full count. Let's see what he does here. Tips
Definitely
it
a
back.
good situation for it.
Ooh, inside
What a
front
pitch.
number 1. Huge strikeout now. So now the Moose can't force the double play to get out of the inning. And now let's go float right off the pitcher's head. Runner's gonna round third and will not head for home. Not enough speed. Gotta wonder if they should put a base runner on.
Yeah, that's a
But
good point, Hummus. You said that earlier in the inning, and now it comes back to bite him as that base hit not enough to score the much-needed run.
And that was a big jump in center field. That's gonna hit the wall. 1 run scores, 2 run scores, 3 run scores, base clearing double. And just like that, the Astronauts take a 5-2 lead. Buzz Aldrin up in here, 1 for 3. Clutch hitting here so far.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That was the most clutch hit of the night for the Knots, as able to clear the bases on that gapper. That is a dagger in the heart of Dark Raider. We get very late in this ballgame.
Yeah, and that figures to be the nail in the coffin here, unless the Moose are able to pull a late comeback of their own.
It'd certainly be done. I wouldn't count him out, but Wishbone with a dagger of a double there after electing not to bunt. Oh, this one's gonna get through. Oh my goodness, what a play!
And second baseman throws to home there.
I don't think he would have got him at first. I think Raider was thinking when he made that play that Wish was going to send the runner straight home, and if you come up firing to first there and then try to throw home, he wouldn't have got the guy on third.
Ooh, now just gets past the diving glove of the third baseman, now making it a 6-2 game. Astronauts just putting on more and more insurance runs.
Yeah, we're seeing Wishbone finally come alive here late in game 2. His bat's starting to wake up.
Yeah, 2-0 count now.
Eric Gagne. I don't know if you guys remember him from back in the day. This guy set the Major League saves record at one point in time. Famous Canadian reliever.
Full count now, runners on first and second. And the bases will load here with 2 outs. Chance here for the Astronauts to just further extend this lead. And the man to do it, Harrison Schmidt.
Harrison Schmidt looking for his first dinger of the season.
Oh, just foul. And that one's going to be, diving second base gets to third, the first in time for out number 3, so the bleeding stops. But the Astronauts score 4 to make it 6-2. Now the Moose have 6 outs to work with. Let's see if they can tie this game back up.
Yeah, monster inning for the Knots. What Raider really needs here is a 2 spot, Hummus. I mean, he'll take 1, he'll take 4, obviously, but you don't want to look at it as, I need 4 runs right here, right now. You know what I mean? You just want to try to get 1, maybe 2. That way you don't have to get them all in the bottom of the ninth. You can get some now, some later. Make it manageable.
Definitely. For
so much of these ball games, we've seen, innings without any base runners. The last couple we've seen both guys really have to pitch in trouble, and it looks like Wishbone is the one who, ends up capitalizing on that.
That's going to be popped up, and it looks like Glenn will get under it for out number 2. So Peapod Tanner up, 1 for 3 with an RBI single. And that's going to be popped up into the air right to Grissom for out number 3. So we go to the top of the 9th, 6-2. Astronauts just looking to pad any more final runs before their stand in the 9th.
Be interesting to see if Yuri Gagarin stays in the game here. I imagine he will now with the decent cushion of a 4-run lead and a low pitch count, but you never know. Wishbone does have some great pinch hitters on that bench. Amelia Simone in the game now. How much
I
their
imagine.
stats?
Well, yeah, because that's a starter.
Oh, I didn't realize. I think Raider accidentally put in the wrong pitcher. That's unfortunate. Obviously not intentional here. And he did break the rules against the commissioner, so Dark Raider in peril of being banned upon completion of this game.
In full witness of other said commissioner.
And league office member in the booth tonight. So a ballsy move, if nothing else, by the Moose. Let's see if it pays off here for him. She's certainly come in and put an extinguisher on these red-hot astronaut bats with her slow, loopy curveballs. Does a great job here coming and getting a 1-2-3 inning on this.
Yep. Now we go to the bottom of the 9th. Moose need 4 to hang in the game, as 3, 4, 5 hard to line up here for the Moose.
And Yuri's bringing the heat.
Swing and a miss for out number 1. Up next is Ed Prince, 0 for 3.
Man, Raiders got to be really displeased with his guys, Boucher and Prince, tonight. They have done nothing to help the Moose's cause, and these are his 2 big bats.
And Prince, almost did something there, but the diving glove of the second baseman is too much. As Johnny Villanueva comes in here for a final stand. 1 more out before the Astronauts take a much-needed sweep. Cayman activates whiff retreat, not a good combo. And looks that down for route number 3. Final score is 6-2. Astronauts get a late inning surge to walk away with a sweep here. And game 1 they only got 2 hits. Now they got 11. And so you're the Moose, you're really wishing you're able to score more in game 1. Because now with going down with 2 extra losses here, it's just gonna be even tougher for them to make a playoff push.
Yeah, it was definitely a tough loss, couple of losses there for Dark Raider, but a very hard-fought series by both guys. Fun to watch, fun to cast. Thomas, you did a great job, and really enjoyed watching these 2 go at it. There was a lot of playoff hopes on the line there.
Now the Astronauts, they push up to 8-14. So they still hold the 12th spot, but they do create some more distance between the 13, 14, 15 spots, which is really the name of the game, just trying to, push away from the outsiders and then just make the best of what you can with whatever seeding you get.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. And Raiders still has a chance to try to get back in the hunt, but definitely great couple wins to give Wishbone a bit of a cushion and a sigh of relief there as he gets some bit of playoff cushion in that 12th spot of the standing. Hummus, give them a side view, man. they want to see the hair. They think it's all gone. I got to tell them it's
Nope,
not
it
all the
is.
way gone.
Nope, it's not gone. It's just pulled back. Don't worry.
They want to see the hummus hair, baby.
Maybe next week we'll bring it back.
Hey, look forward
It's
to that,
all
man.
hair. But yeah, like we were saying, Moose now sitting at 6-16. Oh, sorry, now 6-18. That puts them at, just off the top of my head, what, 8 games left. That's gonna be really tough for them to push back into that 12th spot and make a push here. But they're still in the hunt, and so as long as you're still in the hunt, you got a chance, and you just gotta do what you can to get those wins.
Hey, I've got my fingers crossed for Wishbone to choke so that we see that 12 spot, 1 game playoff for all the marbles, baby. It's going to happen one of these seasons.
Yeah, we've mentioned every season and it doesn't happen, but who knows? Maybe we finally get that play-in game that everyone's just really looking forward to.
Fingers crossed. But yeah, great games tonight, Raider. Great games, Wishbone.
Just tough fought matchup for both teams. Astronauts came away with it, but really could have gone either way. That Moose could have definitely came away with it in game one, had some things gone their way, and same thing in game two. But tonight it was the Astronauts, and now they just look to keep pushing the momentum forward.
Yeah, absolutely. And guys, without further ado, I think that's going to wrap it up for us tonight. We had a great 4 games for you guys, and we always appreciate everybody being in here. Dwayne is your producer right now, so we, of course, thank him for producing the set. And just thanks to everybody in the league office and everybody who supports us.
And thanks for having me on tonight, Ox.
Yeah, thanks for calling, Hummus. It's always great having you in here, buddy.
Yep, pleasure to be here.
And that'll do it for us. Stay tuned for a roundup coming up soon, and don't go anywhere. The playoffs are starting here next week, hopefully. So, guys, get your games in, DM your opponents, and we'll see you here soon.
Yep,
For No Hummus and Dwayne, Moxbox, we'll see you guys later.
yep, take care, everyone.